Nigel Cecil, Equity as you like it. Especially for Nigel's Equitable friends.
Hello to all my Equitable friends!
Cobblers to your Equitable friends!
Cobblers to you too!
Yes, indeed, Chaka, about his cobblers. Yes, we have to have a little bit of fun. Nigel Cecil, moi, as an entertainment entrepreneur, responding in an info-entertainment style to my Equitable friends, and anyone else who's interested in show business, a little bit of tittle-tattle across our 4 nations of the United Kingdom. Now, today, Hilary, yes, good news. And it's nice to have some good news, isn't it? Yes, we're already into February, so it's a great way to start the year. What? Oh, get on with it. Yes, okay. Well, Equity have given this tweet about success with the Independent Theatre Council. Just have a look at this. Good news indeed, with weekly pay going up 10%, daily pay and allowances going up 20%, a 30% increase in touring allowance, and relocation, well, 250%. But for moi, the most important thing is that last item. Why? Well, I'll come back and tell you, but you see, some of my Equitable friends have said, well, who are the ITC? Who is the ITC? The Independent Theatre Council. And you see, being somewhat knowledgeable with years of experience, I equated, am I allowed to do this, Hilary? Equate? Yes, I like a bit of equating now and again, with what used to be the Fringe. Now, the Fringe were a group of companies and people that came together and were catalysts for new ideas in the creative arts. They could risk things that the big shows in London couldn't risk. So it was a wonderful adventure. And eventually, I think, it's grown up into the ITC, where we've now got this group of 450 or so companies that have all come together and ethical indeed, ethical management. In fact, let's just have a look at some information from their website, shall we, Hilary? Yes, please put up the caption. Joke about it. I hope that moi, Nigel Cecil, yes, Hilary, may encourage you to have a look at the website of the Independent Theatre Council. The one thing that popped out to me, yes, I like things popping out as well, Hilary. Yes, it says good art thrives on good management. So true. So true, and ethical management. And it really is congratulations to those in Equity, the members involved, along with, yes, I wasn't aware, Equity has an ethical manager who's been driving things along with the members. So if any Equity members would like more information, contact Karim Jalali at Equity, and I'm sure Karim will only be too pleased to help. But anyway, I digress, don't I? Yes, because you see, that good management, ethical management, you say, well, who's actually involved? Let's just have a quick look. I had a look at the website and grabbed these companies. Wonderful. I really do hope that brief look there at some of those involved with the Independent Theatre Council will encourage you to have a look at their website and see the exciting things they're involved in. But of course, there's one aspect that Nigel Moi, as an entertainment entrepreneur, has not actually touched upon, and that's respect. because the ITC mention about respect and equity mention about respect. And of course, coming together with this agreement shows how the ITC are endeavouring to respect the talent, the culture with which they're involved. And equally, equity is trying to do the same. And that's why I would say congratulations and well done to ITC, because without that respect for each other, this agreement wouldn't have been reached. And I hope that come April, when it's inaugurated, it will actually forge the way for other entities. Ben, no, don't mention entities, Hilary. For other entities to get involved with that sort of collaboration based on respect. But from what? The important point, well, I mean, apart from money, but if you're earning a lot of money and you're not happy where you're staying, you're not happy in work so you can relax, well, you might say, I don't really like this job. So that last point, the producers taking on the principle of getting good digs for those taking part, I think is wonderful. Over the years, we've had some fun with digs, haven't we, Hilary? Indeed. Equity currently have a survey going on for dignity in digs after years and years and years. Still looking for dignity in digs. Why don't you have a little go and complete the survey? Please, my equitable friends, if you've got any stories about digs or anyone else who's watching this video, show business digs, please let me know about them. Dodgy digs. I've had some fun over the years, haven't I, Hilary? Yes, dignity in digs. And some of the places we stayed have been absolutely wonderful. In the history of Manchester, there was one place called the Biz, and Phil Lynott, well, you know, guitarist from Thin Lizzy, well, his mum ran a place in Manchester called the Biz, and exciting times. Everybody from show business used to gravitate towards the Biz and got a wonderful welcome. And as a youngster, when I was in London, in fact, show them that caption. A mention there for the wonderful days we all had at the Biz in Manchester. And did you notice the second one? Johnny Walker mentions it in his autobiography. Johnny Walker, former Radio 1 DJ, mentions the Madison Hotel, Sussex Gardens in London. Now, back in the 60s, you won't know about the Madison Hotel, will you? May I tell them a few secrets, Hilary? Yes, the Madison Hotel acquired the name the Madhouse. Why? Because in the 60s, the same contracts for artists didn't exist then with record companies that exist now. Indeed, the management contracts weren't the same. And the BBC didn't provide accommodation if you were appearing at Top of the Pops. So when it says the producers were responsible for digs, well, it's a case of the record companies or the managements were. And in many cases, they found, well, where's the cheapest place we can put them? The Madison, Sussex Gardens became known as the Madhouse. And indeed, bed and breakfast back in them days, well, £2.50, yes, and everybody crammed in. And you used to turn up at Top of the Pops and people would say, Madhouse last night, was it? And you never knew what you were doing. It was the stories we could go on with, which is why Johnny Walker mentions it in his autobiography. So there's some very wonderful stories there. But the one story I'll just touch on today is this. Carbolic soap. Carbolic soap. Yes, you might wonder why. Well, I mean, we didn't have all posh aftershave. I mean, what aftershaves were they then? And the hotel management provided carbolic soap everywhere. So when you got up in the morning, it was carbolic soap. And have you smelled carbolic soap? It's got a sort of wonderful, comforting aroma. So when you saw all the pop stars on top of the pops as the studio got warm and they'd had a shower with carbolic soap, even if you didn't know, you'd go, you stayed at the madhouse last night, did you? You stayed at the madhouse. Carbolic soap. So there we go. A little bit of a story, which brings us to the fact that after all these years, Equity are still having to sort the digs out by having a survey about dignity in digs. So please get involved and fill in the survey. Equity survey, dignity in digs. So please, if you've got any stories as well, not just the survey, send them in, because who knows, it could make a really informative, interesting, funny book that could be sold to raise money for the Equity Benevolent Fund. The real dignity in digs with the stars. Yes, indeed. Now, where does that leave us, Hilary? My joker-rooney. What have you got for me, Hilary? Let's see. This could almost be where do pop stars stay? Well, anyway, it says, where do cows keep their historical treasures? Where do pop stars keep their historical treasures? Yes, well, where do cows? In a museum. In a museum. You get worse, Hilary. What? What, over there? Oh, Hilary, I didn't know you've done it. Chaka-butties. What a way to say goodbye until the next video. The smell of carbolic soap. Happy days at Lime Grove Studios in London. Top of the pops. Just have a smell of that. Chaka-butties. Until the next time, lovely, wonderful carbolic soap to you.
Nigel Cecil, Equity as you like it.